I picked up Tea Witches on a whim while I was at Barnes& Noble a couple of weeks ago, and I'm so glad I did because I had so much fun with this game. It really surprised me with just how much stuff is in the box and how much there is to think about. Let me tell you all about it. This is a worker placement game with push your luck elements for 2 to 4 players, where players are going to the Tequinox Fair and making sure all of the witches have their tea. The game is played over 4 days, or rounds. This is the round tracker right here. And at the beginning of each round, players are going to simultaneously start drawing from their own basic witch decks. They're going to draw cards one at a time and lay them out face up in front of them underneath their player board until they decide to stop, or they've drawn 2 witches of the same coven. That means they're hexed and they have to stop. As you're drawing these cards, you're going to be activating the different benefits at the bottom of each card. And most of the witches you draw like this are going to end up being your potential customers. Although there are some trash witches that are only there to make things a little harder for you. Luckily though, you've also got some familiars in your deck that'll just make things a little easier for you. And if you do get hexed, any witches that are not covered by one of these hex wards, you have to discard them, so you lose their potential business. Then players move on to the worker placement phase. Players are going to be sending their little teapups out to the board to different locations to do different actions. And while they're out on the board, you can fill them up with tea that you can use to serve your customers. And throughout the game, players will be rotating this fountain in order to get access to the teas that they need. They'll be collecting different toppings like teeth and boba bugs, as well as teas if they can on their board. Although teas have some restrictions about where you can and can't place them on your board. You start with only one space that can actually hold tea, this one right in the middle, and then you have to buy upgrades to hold more. And this is going to be important because you can see in the top left of your witch cards, they want their tea, and you only get that round to serve your witches underneath your player mat. But you will have loyal customers that you have to serve each round or you'll lose them. And you'll want to make sure you're taking care of your loyal customers because you get their benefits that are found in the top right corner of each card every time you serve them. And at the end of the game, they're worth some pretty big points. And if you manage to serve any celebrities, they have even better benefits and they're worth even more end game points. And while doing all of this, you'll also be trying to fulfill to-go orders by having the teas shown on your to-go cards at one location on the board. But luckily you can do that on anybody's turn. I really liked this game. I love the theme. I love the cozy art. But I also like how much there is to think about and how you feel like you can do so much more than you actually can. So you gotta pace yourself. You gotta strategize. But you also have to pay attention to what everybody else is doing because what they do on their turn could impact your to-go orders or even your future turn if they move things around on the board that you were relying on.